So what we want to do, we want to break a world record and of course raise money for the philanthropy itself. So for this particular meeting, it's going to be different from the others. He's not going. He will come here and talk a bit about it. But essentially, what's going to happen is we're going to take the room, or the ones all of you want to participate, and split you up into groups because it's a really big thing and we need your help into achieving this. So we're gonna split you up into groups, whichever you want to work on, and it's in 2 weeks, so it shouldn't take too much of your time, and it should be a lot of fun. Those are just the basics of it. Other than that, David?
It's all right. How you guys doing again? My name is David Nassau. I'm a second-year Marketing Innovation Academy student at the University of Florida, and I'm the founder of Hopping Fruit here. So I had a PowerPoint and some videos and some cool stuff to show you if we had a projector and all those TV stuff. However, right now we do not. And so I'll just tell you basically exactly what was on that, just and keep it shorter. So I'll brief history about how I started it and when I started it, and then I'll move into what we're doing now with it and the future of it and how you guys can all have a first hand in actually shaping the future of the organization itself. So as a junior in high school, my buddy and I don't really talk about him much anymore because he goes to FSU. So my buddy and I started watching the TV show and fell in love with the TV show How I Met Your Mother. And since current season, it's the last season right now, so if you guys haven't started it, start watching it now. Netflix just all the way until now, we'll talk next Monday. But basically, we love the TV show, enthusiasts, jokes. How you doing, dude? We'd have inside jokes based around the TV show. I currently have a slap bet on him, so I'm waiting until his wedding to slap him. Don't tell him that because he doesn't know it. But basically, he's going to walk down the aisle, be his best man, and then he won't see it coming. So hopefully not anymore. I might change my plan. But, so long story short, after watching the TV show, Barney Stinson, played by Neil Patrick Harris, has a catchphrase, one of many, and it's called "Suit Up." Throughout the TV show, randomly he'll just be talking to anybody, and they have this big thing coming up. He's like, "Suit up," and everybody wears a suit. Basically, my friends and I were on Facebook, saw an event. It was International Suit Up Day, and guess what we did that day in school was wear suits. On the way from our junior parking lot, walking to the senior parking lot, this is the way our school was set up. It was about a block. We decided that instead of telling everybody that we suited up to become, instead of telling everybody we suited up because of a TV show, bless you. Instead of telling people we suited up because of a TV show, we wanted to be a little bit funnier. We wanted to be those guys, so we decided to tell people they were the first official members of the varsity hopscotch team. We also had a teacher that had suited up with us based off the jokes. The first thing we did that day was go to her and said, "Now you are our coach." And so she was going to be our fake hopscotch coach for the rest of the day. From day to day, or from class to class, from period to period, from teacher to teacher, we would all be, my friends and I had different classes, and we'd all be telling people to ask us questions. So why are you in a suit? Hopscotch tournament. We're the first two official members of the varsity hopscotch team. People would ask us questions. How do you play? Who are you playing? And what are the rules? So my friends and I, on the spot, were making things up. I was the speed guy. He was the endurance guy. And before long, we were playing a rival high school. If any of you guys are from South Florida, it was Terravella High School. Anyway, after that, people want to try out. So we brought them, if they want to try out, to this teacher's classroom, and she would tape a hopscotch to a floor. She'd have people come in, do random calisthenic workouts, touch a ceiling, do little sprints, and she would stop whatever she was doing. In the middle of class, she'd just stop. We'd knock on the door, she'd make eye contact, we'd give her a little wink, and then she'd be like, "All right, game time." And one kid, you always have that class clown, one kid was just saying, "Yo, I only played the German type of hopscotch," and she was like, "Oh, that's great, because that's actually a little bit harder than what we do. We do what's called the Russian hopscotch." And then she just went off on a joke based off this kid's, whatever he was on that day. And from that, we went back to my house, started designing t-shirts to sell to all of our friends to try to make some money off of this. And we thought it was going to be the funniest thing of all time. We were going to make a whole bunch of money and be set for life because that's how things work. And my mom comes in and sees what we were doing. And she was like, "This is not right. Because the stuff that the t-shirt design was using a whole bunch of copywritten material, some trademarked logos, our school's logo, our school's name, and just stuff that can get us into some gray areas. So legalities. And she said, but the rules you guys made up of, and I guess the fact that all of your friends were really into it, that's brilliant. And so she was kind of telling us that we were onto something, and said, and my friend and I looked at each other and said, let's not drop this, because we already put so much time and effort into just kind of thinking about this, and we actually thought it was pretty cool ourselves. And we decided, let's see what we can do with it. So we decided to take those fake rules that we made up with on the spot and turn it into an actual tournament. And we decided to take those rules and make it, and test them out, see if they worked, and let's make that event a philanthropy, and make it a charity, make it for a cause. And so we talked about it, looked at both of our family histories, see what affected both of us the most, and because my dad was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis around 8 or 9 years ago, we decided to contact the National Multiple Sclerosis Society to see if they would like to if they'd like to endorse this event. So we suited up, my friends and I, on a Wednesday, October 13th, 2010. So it was just over 3 years ago. And on January 21st, 2011, we had our first official MS Hopscotch Hopping for a Cure Hopscotch tournament. And that was officially endorsed by the National Multiple Sclerosis Society. When you're filling out all the papers to get endorsed by them, they actually had like a little area that said, how much money are you planning on raising? And in like fine print, it kind of said, you're at least going to donate this much. Like if you don't hit this in your event, you're going to actually have to donate because we'll be expecting it from you. And then more or less, that's what they were getting at. And so I was sitting down at a Panera Bread with my mom, and we were looking at this, and she wrote down, she was like, well, let's do something reasonable. So my mom said, maybe $1,500 is reasonable. I looked at her, she wrote it down, and I was like, that is the biggest number I've seen in a long time when talking about money. Like, I've never seen that much money before in my life. And it turns out that day, January 21st, we actually raised $6,000. So we raised 4 times as much as what we originally thought we were going to raise, and a lot more than what I personally thought we were going to raise. So with that success, we did it again another year. The second year, it actually raised $10,000. And then we spread to a local middle school. And then the third year, we've had 4 tournaments already, and we're planning 2 more, including the one that we're about to embark on as the Entrepreneurship Club. And so what we've done so far, we've raised around $30,000. A lot of that was donated towards the National MS Society when we were endorsed by them. Since then, currently, we're our own trademarked incorporated and pending 501c3 nonprofit. And so for all of you guys that are wondering what I just said, basically, we're an official business in the state of Florida, and we're waiting on our official tax papers to, when we get donations, that'll be an official tax write-off. Right now, we can operate as a 501c3 because we're pending, and then once we get the papers back from the state, I'm going to probably have to give them some more information because they'll probably have a few questions I have to answer to make sure that we're official. And then once we go forward from there, then we'll be an official 501c3. Some cool things that have happened recently was I was contacted via Twitter by do you guys know the TV show Duck Dynasty?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so that's just one of this guy's extensive TV history of being a producer or he has some sort of hand in reality TV shows. And so this guy is diagnosed with MS for around, I'm not sure, maybe 8 years, about the same time as my dad. And he works in reality TV, and he's a bodybuilder. And he lives over in California. He started a nonprofit organization. It's called the MS Fitness Challenge. And his organization started following me on Twitter. I followed them back and started looking on the website, saw that this is pretty cool, and I contacted him. We've been talking since Sunday. This is happened a few days ago. Sunday, I was on the phone with him for an hour, talking about him and me and how we're both affected by MS and trying to figure out what we could do to help each other. And he is hosting, and he's at the beginning stages of planning an event in Orlando, the southern part of Orlando, for anybody that lives in Kissimmee. And he would like Hopping for a Cure to be involved with that. So that's another potential thing that's a big key, and he has the support of the MS Society behind him as well. So we're all working together in the nonprofit sector for multiple sclerosis. So it's kind of a cool thing. We're going to try to work together, and that's one of the things in the future. We also have this event coming up is November 17th. I have one in South Florida at my old high school, run by some sophomores at Stoneman Douglas High School, if you guys are familiar with that. they're running one on December 13th, if any of you guys are in South Florida. And then after this, Hopping for a Cure is an actual student organization on campus. So, and that just happened a few weeks ago. So after this semester, really ideally spring is where I'm going to kick everything into motion, starting to make sure that UF has a solid Hopping for a Cure base. In the future, I see it becoming almost like the thing that rivals Dance Marathon. And not only rivals, but works with. So rivals in the size, but works with Dance Marathon, as in we get DM points for coming, and we'll figure something out that actually helps DM out as well. So that's the basic background of Hopping for a Cure, basic background of my story. I want to keep that part short. I want to tell you guys a little bit about multiple sclerosis. I'm going to keep that a lot shorter, and then I'll give you guys up into groups. I'll tell you what I need help with for this event, and I'm going to tell you what we can benefit from as a group based off of everybody's individual skills. So MS is a disease that affects the central nervous system, which includes the brain and the spine. And what happens is in the brain, in the nervous system, there are nerves, and there's something called myelin sheath. Is everybody familiar? Everybody took some sort of anatomy class. Basically, a nerve has dendrites on one side. They receive the impulse, and then they can pass it on. And then in between both of those synapses is this little, it's a layer of like a fatty tissue, all right? And what happens is once the signal is received on one side, the signal itself speeds up and kind of jumps over the myelin sheath and then is given off through the other side. And so what happens in MS is the body treats the myelin sheath as it's an invader, and the T blood cells or the T cells attach the myelin sheath and starts degenerating the myelin sheath, and then gets down to the nerve itself. What that does is it slows it down. So when the impulse comes on one side, instead of jumping over that space that the myelin sheath was covering, it actually has to go through the whole nerve. And then once that continually happens, when the first time it happens, the body can actually regenerate the myelin sheath, but after a lot of degeneration, after a lot of cycles of that happening, it loses the ability to, and then a scar tissue forms over. And a scar tissue is like a sclerosis, and that happens in different parts of the brain. So there's multiple sclerosis in the brain, and because it happens in different parts of the brain, people who have MS are affected very differently by it. So my dad looks physically fine. Most likely, bless you, he'll be at the hopscotch tournament, and you'll see him. He might be walking around. You might not notice him unless you think he looks like me. And then if you talk to him, he'll be able to hold up a conversation a lot better than a lot of people would, and you wouldn't really be able to notice it. But the longer you're around him, you might notice small things, and it's always the small things that might lead to a bigger thing. So my dad physically looks fine, but then there might be the other spectrum of somebody who's in a wheelchair, can't really move around, and they're sharp. They're probably one of the smartest people. So I've met some people who are wheelchair bound, but they're the smartest people I've ever met. But they have MS. And so it affects people differently. If it affects the Broca's area, as an example, if anybody knows neurology or anything about the brain, then somebody's speech should be messed up. So whenever we think that we're stumbling over our words, that happens a lot more with the people who have MS, as an example. A lot of common symptoms are numbness, fatigue, and just drowsiness. Just like, in addition, those are like the main two. So numbness and fatigue are like the ones that almost everybody suffers from. But then also, it affects people's eyes as well. So optic neuritis is the word I was looking for. So their eyes tend to get really blurry, shaky, and that's a whole other issue. So that's the whole kind of brief background about my story. I kind of did more bullet points, and then what MS is. And now, currently, the event itself is just under a month away. And so the way I usually host events is I usually have my sponsors in and ready and finalized just like between the third and the second week before the event. That is because the people who make t-shirts, they need that buffer period to make sure that they can order the t-shirts, or at least have the t-shirts there and ready, and then print all the sponsors and all their logos, and then make sure it's given out at the event. Because we're trying to get at least 360 people to be hopscotching simultaneously, to break a world record, the price of t-shirts is a lot higher than what I would like to charge or have people donating at the event. So again, as a nonprofit, I'm trying to spend as little as possible to create to have my overhead be as low as possible. So when people donate, I want the majority of that person's dollar going towards the cause versus the cost of shirts. So what I'm doing instead of t-shirts at this event is sunglasses. And on one side of sunglasses, it's going to say hopping for a cure, and on the other side of the sunglasses is going to say world record breaker. Because I feel like people would like that at least a little bit more than just regular sunglasses that are like 2 cents and kind of garbage quality. All right, so, and that also is a lot cheaper than doing shirts. So with that being said, at my high school, in order to come into the hopscotch tournament and participate and be involved, it was $20. Here, I had it $15 just because people are spending their money now versus their parents, and it's a lot harder to get somebody to even donate $5 to get into an event here. So here, I was trying to do what I can. So at our previous hopscotch tournaments here, it's been $15. You get a t-shirt, you get participation in the event, you can play with hopscotch at our events. We have foursquare, hula hooping, jump roping, basketball, and football. And then the hopscotch tournament itself, which I'll go over in detail with the smaller groups, there are 4 ways to play. There's speed, endurance, challenge, and extreme hopscotch. All those rules to those 4 ways I just told you, my friends and I made up. And so again, I'll go over those in the smaller group. And then all that, plus food and sponsor giveaways and prizes for the hopscotch winners, were included with that, with all of our other previous hopscotch tournaments. With this hopscotch tournament, I'm still having almost everything else except the t-shirts. And with the Guinness records, with us trying to break the Guinness World Book of Record for having most people hopscotch simultaneously, they have a maximum of 4 people hopscotching per hopscotch grid, and they have other things, but 4 people per grid means that we have to draw at least 90 hopscotch grids the day of the event, which is a lot. And so I'll be needing a lot of help the day of the event. So the groups I'm going to have you guys split up with is based off of skill and based off of what I need at right now. So a guy I like to listen to, the guy that motivates me, his name is Morris Morrison, and he says, everybody wants to win, right? So what does WIN stand for? It says, what's important now? All right, so I took that to heart. So what's important now to me, and what's important really until the day of the event, is sponsorships. If anybody still knows any companies, anybody, any specific person, Connor right now is one of our student sponsors of the hopscotch tournament. I hope you don't mind me calling you out, but actually here's your plug-in as a sponsor, as the first advertisement for Connor. Again, Connor does freelance web design, and no, I'm joking, but seriously, he's the sponsor. So anybody, it get down to student organizations. So student organizations can co-sponsor or actually be a sponsor of the hopscotch tournament, and the sponsorships range from $30 to $1,000. So if anybody wants to be as part of the sponsorship committee, we're going to have one group that goes out and does sponsorships.
The room's available now. You can leave the white one.
All right, yeah. So I'll tell you the groups right now. You can start thinking of, and then we'll move into that room, and then we'll be more organized with how we do stuff. So I'm going to need a whole bunch of people that works on sponsorships. I have a sponsorship packet ready and available, but I'm going to need a group of people to go out with me one day or 2 days or a few days, and you go out by yourselves and talk to people about it. So this upcoming weekend is startup weekend, and Thursday night, tomorrow night, there's startup hour. So this group, I'm going to need to come out and network with me and starting to talk about, get that hype up and say, here, this is going to be huge. We want you to be a part of it. We want you to be a sponsor. And I'll go over that sponsorship packet and sponsorship details and anything else we can do. I need a group that just gets personal donations and sponsorships. I'm going to need a group that does a whole bunch of promotions and marketing. So I haven't made a flyer yet, but I made a Facebook cover photo. We're probably going to be pushing that out soon. But I have a Facebook cover photo that I just personally made because I think that might be the first thing that people look at. I look at Facebook a lot more than somebody handing me a flyer in Turlington. So we might need people to make flyers, and then we're also going to need some people finance. I know people like money. So we're going to need people that I actually trust. I mean, I get to know you guys real well, but at the door, we're going to need people to make sure that they know everything that's going on. So if somebody says that they paid or that they donated X amount of money, you need to make sure, well, is that even possible, one? And then if we have a record of it. So I'll show you exactly how I have been running the books for Hopping for a Cure, and that has to be very specific and very precise. And so based off of those 3 areas, between getting the numbers right, getting the marketing there, and getting sponsorships, that's what I need right now. Other things I'm going to need long term is I'm actually looking to do an e-commerce site for drop shipping, selling t-shirts, selling all other stuff. And I'm also going to need a website. But those are 2 long distance things, but right now we're going to focus on what I need right now. So what I need right now is those 3 things. We'll move in there and we'll figure things out in a smaller group setting. So thank you. Sponsorships.
You have to like delete it, but if you don't want to.
Marketing. What were the other 2?
Finance.
Finance. Yeah, I was like, what?
And then you said you're adding a 4th one.
Yeah. Finance, and then just events. And the event people are just going to basically be my eyes and ears. They're just going to be like the people who I'm going to have understand every single thing that's going on. So they're going to be like the overhead people. So the event people are going to be very resourceful, and they're going to know everything that's going on as well. So I'm going to be counting on the people that are in the event as well. Also in the event, I'm going to have them be in charge of the different types of things going on, whether that be the speed endurance challenge or extreme hopscotch events as well. All right, so does anybody have any preferences towards one of these 4 right now? All right, so we'll start on this side of the room and we'll work our way over, because that might be best. All right, Meredith, where are you at?
Sponsored. Thanks, David.
I got you. Tell me if I spell anybody's name wrong. ITH?
Yep. You're golden.
I got you. Boom.
Sponsorship.
Finance. Danielle.
Danielle. D-A-N-I-E-L?
L-O-E.
Alright. I like switch between, don't worry about it.
Marketing. Sponsor.
Right, K?
CK.
CK. It's both. You see, look at that. Yeah. I have another K as my phone, so I apologize.
No, it's fine. Sponsor.
How do I spell your name?
G-I-L-B-E-R-T.
G-I-L-B. Alright.
Marketing.
Marketing, how do I spell your name?
Kebin.
I just want to make sure.
Is marketing like creating the materials or like pushing it out?
Everything.
Or,
Yeah, yeah, we're gonna split. Yeah. So.
Okay, all right, marketing. Yeah.
Where do you want me? I don't care. Except for finance, I'm not doing finance.
Yeah, do
Alright,
finance.
put more at finance.
Alright, how do I spell your name?
No, finance.
That's what I meant.
Design marketing.
Marketing.
I'll do marketing.
Nice.
How's that?
Peer pressure.
Yeah, peer pressure.
And for the event, if I'm okay with marketing, but if you need me in the event, I can do that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
But David, the event, since these things will be done by the time. the
Yeah,
event is
actually,
happening,
so
Right.
all of them can work in the event as well.
I see what you're saying. And the reason why I'm doing this is just this is gonna be very specific, and the event people will be floating around with all of them, and I'm gonna have point people for each one of these. So,
Okay, sorry.
alright, how do I spell your name?
ANIR UDEH.
U-D-H.
DH. Another D and H.
I don't care wherever you
Alright. How do I spell your name?
Andrew.
Just wanna make sure.
Just Andrew.
So I'm just gonna put you over here real fast. W. Clint, you have any preference?
I'm thinking the event.
Alright. So if everybody just go in their groups right now.
I ain't got moved.
Nice. Good choice.
Here's sponsors over here. I'm with Roger.
Yeah, sponsors.
Alright, ready.
Party over here.
Marketing. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
Marketing.
Marketing game side.
I
Marketing.
like it. I like it.
Nice to meet
Alright.
you.
Alrighty, so we're gonna be helping him design his web, not web, no, because he already has a Facebook logo. We're trying to help him design his
Flyers and stuff.
flyers and such.
Flyers I got covered like in 2 minutes.
Yeah, I was about to say, when you were like sitting here like, where should I go? I'm like, marketing, duh, because you already do all this stuff. Oh my
Alright,
gosh.
so
Design
I'll show you.
can send it to her.
I'll show you.
Oh no. Yeah, that's why I asked, because like there's design elements of Yo David, I got you a possible sponsor today or later as well.
Yeah?
Yeah, a guy is like topping some new nonprofit, and I told him about the event, gave him your info.
What's his name and what company?
Leslie, and I don't remember.
That's cool, that's cool. For now, just like talk amongst yourselves real fast, like get to know your group because you're gonna be working with them a little bit. I'm just pulling up the sponsorship
Hi, what's your
forms
name?
for.
Hi, I'm Jason.
Hey guys, we are in the
Are you recording this?
What's your name?
Yeah.
No, why?
Yeah, man. This is what we do at the Entrepreneurship Club. Marketing, man. Right here. People who haven't been in this club before can get familiar with what we do
That's why you don't trust
regularly.
marketers, they lie about their name.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah.
Brand.
His name's not.
Alright.
Everyone who's watching this video, track this guy down.
Alright. For marketing,
You'll find him by
Wait,
this
wait, wait.
shirt.
for marketing, think of the top. Think of just flyers and think of ideas for flyers, including hopscotch and world record.
Okay.
Anything with that. Okay, that's like the two things we want to put together right now. All right, if you want to throw in Gainesville there, because people like that, and we're very local and we're very connected with the Gainesville businesses, people like that too.
You should tap him into your Twitter.
So if you want to be, I mean, I'm sure he has like 50 Twitter accounts.
He's
Twitter handles.
got more than that.
Nah.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
we'll see. And but yeah, so that's my goal for you guys. Finance, I'll be with you guys in a second, and sponsorship's gonna come right with you. But for marketing, that's your goal. World record is huge. We can't use their logo, and our logo is obviously
Can we
gonna
use
be wherever we
Guinness?
want. We can't use Guinness's logo. I mean, there are some small
Can
things
we
there
mention Guinness?
that we can mention them,
Okay.
but we
Can
can't.
we say the two words world record?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Then.
Yeah, you can
Okay.
say you can say the words world record next to each other. But Guinness has a lot of small things you can and can't do with their logo that I just want to avoid completely.
Yeah.
So that's just playing it safe. And again, we need 360. These are numbers. 360. Current record is 59, but we need 359. So we need 360 people to be there. And we need them hopscotching for 10 minutes. And there can be a maximum of 4 people per hopscotch grid. Okay, does everybody understand that?
Yep.
Alright, thank you. Alright, so now I'll be right with you guys in a second because you guys are going to explain everything behind the event for us, right?
Alrighty, guys. So
Yeah,
I'm
number
thinking.
17.
There's one thing that I'm thinking right off the bat, and
Alright.
oh, go ahead.
You can make some kind of a poster or
Face to
something like
face
that.
and
You know,
emails.
put it up
So
in
this is
RTS
the way it is.
buses,
I'm doing it words, so
that,
if you guys wanted to.
anyone who
Add
walks
any of
into
it
the
yet,
bus,
I have
because
I'm gonna give it
a
to
lot
you
of
all. When I
commuters
email it
or
to you,
anyone
it's in
who
PDF,
goes into
so I have
bus
PDF.
know about
Okay.
what exactly
Is
they
so
there,
are.
again,
is there a price of that, or they just
Comic
charge you
Sans,
per
and I was
I'm
no
not
no,
sure about it.
but
I'm just
small
suggesting
story.
it
Yeah.
can be a good option.
Small story, when I started this, I thought Comic Sans just looked good, and I was a junior in high school. I didn't know that you weren't supposed to use Comic
Hey,
Sans,
so,
I used Comic Sans.
I'm thinking for the flyer,
It's like everything.
we have 3 big words, or 2 big words and a number.
Some other-
Yeah. One word is world, the other word is record, and then we have the number 365.
Alright,
Right, that's the number we're talking about, or 360?
alright, so
360 in bold,
Alright, so this gives us
big,
a little bit of
on the
background
flyer.
of who we are.
Again, I think you say the word world record and people will actually,
And then
hopefully,
what they
maybe,
might get after
potentially
they
pay
get sponsored.
attention.
Alright,
Can we
Do you guys feel that way?
Yeah, I'm gonna, yes.
Yeah.
This is the way I have it out right now.
I think we need to
just
push
like
it
one of
more
these.
as a world
all the
record
sponsored benefits are right here.
than as a
Sponsored
charity.
titles and
So I
numbers
think
are right there.
As
And they
as
have their little
awful as that
side
is,
pieces.
more
Because
people
of
care
that's
about
nice
being
What
stuff.
about the
world
shared
record
satisfaction of
True.
being sponsored? Is that all?
A charity.
You know, I
just
mean,
doing it for a charity.
I've pretty much used up every line
So
you can on
they
this.
whip something up.
But if we can figure out another way to do this and put
Do
this
you
together,
do you have his
something
Facebook
like-
logo on your
if not this,
computer?
Like another event is
Yeah.
like a
Okay, cool.
I don't have his new cover photo.
All right, I'll get that to you.
Just throw it in the Dropbox.
So-
Cover photo as in like Facebook cover
So
photo?
there is, yeah.
I've got his logo. Just
Okay.
his- I've got his
So
like
it's,
standard logo.
there is. I'm gonna try to pull it up.
So I mean, we've got a shared thing with a bunch of
Let me see if that loads.
logos.
Cool deal. Alrighty.
Hey, here's the
This is a weird question, David, but how did you get
What?
this room?
The CEI is basically we, the entrepreneurship program, run through the CEI, and so this is the CEI, and so when we don't find another room, this is what this is where we go.
Okay, and what is CEI?
Where's the cover
The Center for
photo?
Entrepreneurship and Innovation.
Oh, gotcha.
he hasn't put it up yet.
I think it might be on the tech event page for today.
All right, so
So what's wrong with
generally speaking, I know you're talking about randomly, like random businesses, any kind of.
We probably don't want color with it.
No
I've
color.
been most
I would say no color
successful
because that's expensive.
with anything.
You should search for as
I
the
usually
entrepreneurship
study
club.
at tutoring zone and.
Wait, search
any
for what?
Bike place.
The entrepreneurship
any, mhm.
Oh, this one.
Anything.
that is kinda
So yes,
cool.
with you guys, it's like
That's
anything
copyrighted.
that can be. Like workout images,
We could put David over
exercising,
there.
Wait,
Oh,
what's
yeah.
this?
that reaches out
That's-
to
it's got-
students
that's a
that
Swiss.
wants students.
Neil
Oh,
Patrick Harris.
Okay, anything that wants to be associated.
Oh yeah, you can't
with
use
campus.
Neil
Dave,
Patrick Harris.
do we do color?
Click on the
Black and
photo.
white.
Maximum.
Do both, if possible, because I'll put the color one on Facebook and we'll print out the black and whites if we need.
Okay.
So,
Let's see.
if that makes sense.
Okay, but the flyer then should be still color?
The flyer,
Yeah, for flyers.
let's
but yes,
brainstorm.
color because I post it on Facebook and I tag everybody in it. I use my 50 people I can tag.
Wait, but if we're giving out flyers, are you talking about giving out flyers like as in at Turlington Plaza and in front of the Rights?
That's, yes.
Well, if you're using color in your flyers, it's going to be a lot more expensive in comparison to just maybe having colored paper, but it's in black and white. Does that
Right,
make sense?
So the reason why I'm going to say color is because I get a lot more people that care about stuff when I post it to Facebook. So tabling and really giving out flyers in Turlington, this is like a general note for everybody, giving out flyers in Turlington doesn't have as much of a return as if I post things on Facebook and I tag people in it and I share it on people's walls.
Everyone on Turlington.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see why you're having us make this flyer. Okay, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't realize
the
that.
goal of the flyer is obviously to hand out, but the real goal, the real thing behind it, the real place I'm gonna get the most return on making the flyer is when I post it to Facebook. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Alright, so this is, alright, I'll be right with you guys in a sec. This is like, what I think is a really cool sponsorship packet. And it's just
Alright,
great, like it has a thing to it. It's very easy to read.
I think probably we should see what he had, like what we were doing, like continue to look at what he had on his Facebook page, and just kind of use his elements of what's already there, so that way we can have maintain continuity, if that makes sense.
It must be very simple
not
to
just-
do this.
We use his
Obviously,
logo, but I mean,
but the way
he's
they
limited
do
by-
it is this, I used to
You
have it
could also
somewhere
use
like this,
people
but
hopping
they do
as
like
the
a
background
Photoshop kind of
Yeah.
and have text on it.
I have that
And
image.
so if somebody
True.
who's very good and proficient with stuff like that, then I'd love that.
Is that
But
image
what we have right
copyrighted
now
or
for this event's
trademarked or
purposes,
anything like that?
I think that's
I've
from
been printing these
one of the
out. Really
events.
just the top two pages.
That's from one of the
You
events?
guys
Cool.
saw this one and that one. And going around, like I've gone all around downtown, all around
He's going to
Midtown,
talk.
and I'm going into
brown
random
quotes.
places that I see. Like, and I'll just be like, this is where I am, this is who I am, and give them the pitch, really about what we're doing as a pitch, really talk to you guys about.
T-shirts for
But, and then if I'm emailing
Can
you,
you
I'll
put a
just.
banner up?
Yes, yes.
Can you do a glow in the dark banner?
You can do whatever you want. The event is going to be in a day though.
Yeah, but if you have a glow in the dark banner,
Oh, right.
you can see it next day.
That's what he said.
Sure.
To paint that many.
I think
Sure.
these.
When you go around.
Cost more than
Yeah.
Do we have the
What I will say is that
or
He
no?
wants to do the opposite
would love
of
to distribute
this.
shirts, but I can't. So, I do have shirts with me in my car.
The opposite
But
of
if you
that?
guys can at least,
The opposite.
like, I'm gonna say if you guys can donate,
Wait.
Like
I'm gonna say
font-wise.
$10.
What was the picture?
Can you get?
Then you guys.
If we could get that
Like the
event
original,
So that's what I would say. So if $10.
like if we change this font,
But I'm gonna like that's what I'm gonna be selling them for at
Yeah.
the event.
this is cool,
Generally speaking.
but
Does that make sense? So
Yeah. So
Let me
come
do
up with, like, as
what
many
was
faces
what
as
was
you
the
like.
font that he had in that other picture? The one with Neil Patrick Harris. I think that was a pretty cool font because it looked like chalk being put on. Yeah, like okay, look right here. Okay, this works. See how it looks like it's being etched out like by chalk, you know? This kind of spray painted type of look, I think, is what we're looking for.
So the setting of
It doesn't
start
have to
hour-
be. It's the we
so
don't
the
have
setting of the start of hour
to go purely
is very
hopscotchy.
network. It's not going to be like.
I mean, okay, I mean, whatever you guys want.
I'll talk to you guys about like.
We don't wanna
we'll talk about
artificially
it.
limit
Basically, this thing you
ourselves.
just go to. It's awesome.
I think
If you wanna make
we'll
people
definitely
look
use some of
really
those
great,
fonts,
everybody
but we don't have to
it's
use
tomorrow
just
night,
chalk
if you can make
fonts.
it. It's okay if
Especially
you
for
can't make it tomorrow night,
headlines.
'cause we got a lot going on. But it's tomorrow night. But
I
basically,
don't think we have to use chalk fonts. We want to use some chalk fonts. But
yes. There you go.
Right.
But basically,
How many flyers are we making? Are we making one or two
we'll
or?
make a few.
and it's more word of
I think
mouth. So they're gonna ask you
3 is
questions
like a
about it.
solid
Just
number.
November 17th,
Yeah, however many.
2 to 6 p.m. for our basketball court. We 360 people. Hopscotch 10 minutes, break the world record. And then if I'm gonna be there too, so if you have a conversation about it, you can drag me into it.
Do you guys have
But
your
basically, just
laptops?
Have you heard about the hopscotch
Or no?
tournament?
Well, unfortunately, my hands are kind of full a
Things
little
that
bit.
I really get people with.
But otherwise,
We're
yeah.
stop
whatever. Nah, man, we gotta show people what we're about here at Entrepreneurship Club and the whole process of making or marketing something. You know what I mean? That's kind of one of the things that we do. So,
Yeah.
but anyway, plus I don't even really know how to
Yeah.
do any of this stuff. Like,
Perfect.
I
Yeah,
can
yeah,
give me
that's cool.
video,
And,
you know.
You're a DSP too.
I can
right?
do
You
something.
can make a video for Facebook.
That's what I was about to ask him. I was like, hey, you know, if I can just sit down with you for
Did you see
5
his
minutes.
last video?
No, I
It
haven't
was like
seen
a
his
30-second
last video.
clip, and it was pretty solid actually.
What I don't
It
have
was actually
there,
really good.
Yeah.
what can I do?
Where was it?
So I'll just do this. So with this, if they go to the website,
It was, like,
or if they
straight
go
to the
event,
point,
I'm gonna show
like,
the website is first. It's
Had good background music and stuff.
All right. So mshopscotch.org. There's gonna be a thing against. I have to read you this. But if they want to sign up to be a sponsor, they can sign up right here.
Okay, I don't see it, but
And so for
it
if
was
they
a long
if
time
people just
ago.
want to sign up, they can do it right here as well.
Right.
Go on his
So the Hopscotch Commission is
Facebook?
right
Go to
there. If they sign up in a group of 3 to
dev.hopscotch.com.
5,
dot
which is Extreme Hopscotch Groups,
Dot his
and
website.
they
dot
can
his
get
website.
$1 off their admission. Student orgs like DSP, for example, it's 3 admissions plus they can actually customize their own Hopscotch grid. So DSP can come and we give them the Hopscotch grid.
Ah, is this
They
yours?
can pick it, we can assign
No,
it.
he's changed it.
And
He's
then,
using a theme now, which wasn't here anymore. Yeah, it's
what was
not
I
here
saying?
anymore. We had the video
So-
on the page.
Yes, and they can come and we supply the chalk and they
Maybe-
can
maybe
you guys
it's
can put
about-
your Twitter handles, your
Check
Facebook,
other
Instagram,
pages, see if
anything
you
like
can
that.
find it.
Hashtags you guys use.
I'm playing with
anything like
fonts.
Oh, so were you making the chalk? Did you make the chalk for it?
that. Yeah, I'm making chalk for it.
David, does it say under there what extreme hopscotch is?
Okay, I don't
because
see
the
it,
reason why
but
I'm doing that,
basically,
I'm not saying
like,
exactly what it is yet.
brainstorm a
No,
cool
Oh,
way.
actually,
Go to his-
under
go to his
Extreme
YouTube.
Hopscotch. It might.
Ah, that's it. What's his
Yeah,
That's where
what's
I
your
have it.
YouTube channel called?
The reason why it's not on the website itself
Probably
is
MS
because
Hopscotch. Just
right
search
now,
MS Hopscotch.
I'm the only one that knows how to host the hopscotch tournaments. And if somebody else hosts the hopscotch tournament somewhere else, I don't want them to be using my rules, and so I'm not posting the rules really out anywhere, except like brief, basic, maybe under event details. I'll have the rules, and it'll just be like basic stuff.
Why wouldn't you want people using your rules?
Because if other people use my rules, then and they're not hopping for a cure,
Yeah, they won't even.
then it just doesn't represent what I want it to represent yet. And so basically, I want to be. I mean, even if people use my rules, they won't replicate it exactly how I do it, but I want to make sure that if somebody's doing a hopscotch tournament, they know if they've gone to one of mine or if it's not one of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a novelty. I like that. I like the way you describe it.
Do you think you should put that in there and say that the rules will be explained to you?
I could add
Here
that.
it is.
Because I don't
Alright.
know, like if I was on the website, I don't know why I would
Yes.
pick extreme over challenge or endurance.
An account on what?
I don't know what any of them mean.
Like a big?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Does it
So
say
the way
like,
that I'm doing, you can pass me your laptop actually. With the event, if you guys want, go on the website and go under event details. Is that good? And then under event details, it actually has everything laid out there. Alright, and then I'll be over there in a second, okay? Because I have to describe a lot of stuff to you guys. Alright.
See, it's like
Can
a
you tell us
short.
what's the website?
Right.
Hopscotch.org. Right.
And then this is another
The way
one.
that I
This
do it
one is
right
also
now
good.
Is through Eventbrite. Okay? I have Eventbrite and I have Square. It's Square. You know, the Square reader that attaches to it.
like, how do you help them?
I did that on Microsoft Movie Maker. The Windows
Microsoft Movie Maker.
Right.
Alright, so this is
But yeah, so it's like quick 30-second videos you can share on like Facebook and
Right.
tag all your friends, you know, annoy them.
Right.
But gets it
Tag all
out.
them friends.
All them friends though.
Right.
David, what's the website?
Tag all them
MS
friends.
Actually, we'd probably
even if you go to hoppingforgood.com, but it's
reuse this, if anything. But I think since you're the video guy,
Yeah.
take like liberty to
Yeah.
do cool stuff.
I think probably one of the cool things that I could do, have him share kind of, it might not be 30 seconds, it might be 3 minutes, but have him kind of, well, I don't know, like have him share like the issue of multiple
Not in the promo video.
Not in the promo. You want people to be like, dude, that looks like so much fun. We should totally go.
or you can appeal to someone's emotional aspect, like, wow, this is a really big problem. Like, honestly,
that does that.
I didn't even know what this was. I mean, I don't know, I guess I'm stupid or something, but I didn't even know what this condition was until he spent the time describing it in a little bit of detail as far as what it is. Now, I'm not saying that you spend that kind of time, but I'm saying you have a minute of him describing the problem, a minute of how multiple sclerosis affects people like himself, and then a minute as far as what hopscotch for a cure is about, and what people can do to do something about it. You know what I mean? If people are interested enough to actually take the time to go to Facebook and to look at this dude's page, I think that they can at least spend a minute and a half looking at this video, and hopefully at the beginning minute and a half they'll be like, oh, okay, hold on, this is actually interesting, and follow through and finish it. You know what I mean? To be honest, if they...
As much as I like to think
560 something.
that college students would do so,
For like 370.
I have doubts on whether or not. I feel like you need to lead with excitement and this sort of cool, that looks like fun, and then let it keep going. You solve that, and then it transitions into telling them if they want to keep watching and they want to see more. Once, because people will leave after 30 seconds or so. unless they're really interested. If we want to get people interested into watching more, so we excite them at the beginning, then transition to tell them about what the issue is and why they want to come out.
What I could do, oh, go ahead.
And like, if you're able to prepare 2 videos, we could actually do targeted marketing because on
No problem.
like there are several different Facebook groups. Like if you go to the class of 2017, shorter videos may be better. But if you go to the groups of non-profits, the longer videos would work better because they would connect at an emotional level.
Right. I mean, what I could do is have him start talking about multiple sclerosis and have images of people doing hopscotch, you know, to kind of keep people hooked. Well, I don't know. I don't know how connected that would be, but like, you gotta tell people there's a problem. You know what I mean? Like, there's an issue out there, and it needs an answer. And so, okay, you might not be a scientist, you might not be a doctor, but you can hopscotch to help these people out. You know what I mean? Again, like, okay, I could just make another video exactly like that, but I mean, he already has 2 videos. I want to do something that's different. Maybe that talks about the issue of multiple sclerosis. You know what I mean? Versus hopscotch. Because again, if he wants a video of hopscotch, he already has 2 very good videos that he can use. You know what I mean? A different approach. Maybe you show all 3 videos and people get to choose which one they want to watch. I mean, I don't know. But we got to identify what the problem
Here's
is.
an idea. Start with like 5 to 10 seconds of excitement, and then give information, and intersperse like some action shots.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it that way.
Yeah.
But have enough action shots to keep the less
They make the vegan cupcakes.
socially responsible or empathetic person who's interested.
Right. Right.
That's going into hopping for cures basically.
Cool.
Because you gotta hold attention.
Right.
So you use excitement to hold their attention long enough so that they feel the emotional impact.
Yeah.
Because they don't feel the emotional impact until they hear the entire
Basically, it's
disease.
not my
So if they only get a little bit in and there's no emotional impact, and if there's no excitement, they have no impetus to watch the rest of it.
Right.
So having the excitement will make people watch the trailer.
Right. I think another thing too in the video that would be big is having the face of his father. Because when you put a face, I mean, the dad would have to feel comfortable with us having his face in the video, but I mean, like just a picture.
No, I mean,
his face.
Are we talking about flyers or videos?
Videos. Oh no, videos, not flyers. No, not flyers, videos. If you have a picture of his dad's face, you know, it makes the story so much more real. You know what I mean? Like, this dude, you know, it's not just some guy I'm talking about, it's some guy you actually see, you know? I think that would be big as well.
Collage of pictures of people who've been affected with MS and have that scroll through, like United tweets, get like a ton of pictures of people with MS. I don't know if we can find any pictures of that.
Again, if he shares a personal...
Showing a person, this is Lola, and this is how MS is affected him.
But see, we already have that with his father.
Exactly.
And here is a personal father, so we just use that picture and it goes back to him, and you know, he suffers with multiple sclerosis, and we maybe have another picture, like a cute picture of him and his dad together, you know, and then this is what we do to help find the cure, and then that's when you cut to like a montage of like the hopscotch, you know. I've started an organization called Hopscotch for a Cure, where we, you know, have hopscotch tournaments that help fundraise to find a cure to end MS. And our personal goal is to break the world record of 360 people hopscotching at one time. So help us out in our fight against multiple sclerosis and breaking the world record by showing up on this date. And I mean, obviously it needs to be a little bit more refined than what I just said, but you know, you guys get the idea, right?
Traveler's also building Innovation Square.
Do you have like, what are those things called? like in TV production class where you have the little squares and you plan out how each scene is gonna look?
I mean, I never heard of this video idea before tonight, so no, I don't. I would make one of
No, I
those.
mean, do you have like blank ones? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, no, not on me right now, but I have paper, and that's what I do.
Yeah.
I just write it out. I need to talk to him though, because I'm gonna need his help if I do this video, because I'm gonna need his voice and pictures and such. I'm gonna wait for him to come back around here, and then I'm gonna talk to him about the idea and see if he's down. Oh, sorry, my bad.
Personally, no. No, like, I might buy some more chocolate right now.
You should look
Right now, is that chocolate? But that's
these organizations want to get involved with that.
for now. I'll let you guys know.
Yes.
Okay.
But
So are we decided on the video?
and again, that's
Yeah.
That would be a great thing to do.
We need to see how to market that.
Market it? Well, we're talking about putting it on Facebook / his website.
Yeah, I mean, kind of how you market even over there.
Right.
Like, I mean, the messages that goes along with those videos or along with the flyers.
Right. Well, then we have the flyers, which would okay. So I think what he's thinking about is using the flyers on Facebook. So hopefully the flyers will, whether they get it through Facebook or in person or what have you. Hopefully the flyers will take them to the video or the website where they'll see the video, and of course other information about what this organization is about. I think also too, if you wanted to use a video, maybe also post the video as well as the flyer. It's up to him what he wants to do. You know what I mean? I'm trying to think of how else. And see, with the video, you can take it to other clubs and organizations around campus and show the video. You know what I mean? That's what I did. I did something similar to this for something called Global Youth Service Day, where I created a video and then they showed that video to various high schools in the area to get people involved. You could do something similar to that for other clubs as well. We could talk to the Florida Business Leadership Society. We could talk to Marketing Society. You know what I mean? Or maybe some type of organization that's not in business. I was thinking maybe I could talk to the person who leads crew, another club that I'm in, and see if they could just spend, a minute talking about this. You know what I mean? Because I feel like people in that organization would be very interested in something like this. Do you feel me?
Could we also show, is it possible to show these videos in the hub and in the journalism school where the TV is outside the school?
We could ask. To be honest, I think that they have those stations set on, or they have those TV set on certain stations. Well, we could ask. We could also kind of explore that possibility as well. I don't know who we would talk to though. Hey guys, I got a question. He brought up this idea that whatever video he would like to use, what have you, if it's possible to take a video maybe made by a student for a nonprofit fundraiser and stream it somewhere around UF, or like play it, whatever, stream it. You get the point,
Like TVs in the hub or in journalism school.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Do you know anyone that does that?
He's done a good job.
No, to be honest.
But
I haven't seen anyone yet.
I do what I can. Is that just there randomly?
We'd have to find people somehow.
You didn't fail. Just the website.
We could probably research it. I could talk to people on the hub. I feel like if there would be anyone who would know, it would be somebody in the hub or someone in the rights. Probably student government. I could. When is this event happening?
November 17th.
November 17th. All right, so it's
I'm gonna go on my Facebook and I'm gonna
a little bit out-ish. So this is definitely possible to get done within that point in time.
Is how
Are we gonna table?
So what time?
You might want to give Connor some screen time.
Yes, what?
Screen. Oh, here. Hey, bro.
But we have to have 10 minutes.
Hey guys, does it seriously make you feel uncomfortable? And if it does, that's fine. You don't care? Okay. Because I know that you guys seem to be a little bit uncomfortable. And that's fine.
It was like for around 3 minutes and just that piece.
Right.
Yeah. Anyway, alright, I'll keep it off you guys.
There's that. That's like our main goal, obviously. So of course,
There's our event planning over there.
this is the house instrument, and it's supposed to be at 3 o'clock.
I don't know what club these guys in, or what area these guys are in, but
We were at 3:07 to break the
everybody's working hard.
You know, 3:07,
What if-
30
okay.
seconds, right, you know, like, that's when we're breaking, like 30 seconds. 3 o'clock, 7 minutes, and 30 seconds.
Okay,
Breaking
so
the record.
you already have like video editing software and stuff. You could probably like chop up a couple of shots from these videos and just put like new background music and then have it like with his dad and stuff and just like merge the coolest parts from these videos and then make new stuff.
Again, this is why I want to talk to him, because I'm gonna see. You know what the term B-roll is? Okay, so did you see the stuff that he had on the video, where it had them hopscotching, right? And it had a bunch of shots of the hopscotch. That's called B-roll. It's like filler images. You can think of it that way. I'm gonna see if he still has the raw B-roll from those videos, so that way it's just really easy for me to just dump in there. No problem. But it seems like he's gonna be making his way after this group, maybe. And if not, I'll just talk to him after the meeting.
Would you would be able to use some YouTube personalities who are from US? Like there's some guys like Scooter Magruder.
If you know them.
I mean, I don't know them, but I know they have channels and they have like over 100,000 subscribers.
Right.
And they mostly stay in Florida. I mean, they went to UF. Those kind of.
Are they still? Is Scooter McGruber still going to UF, or has he graduated?
He graduated probably a couple of years ago. Maybe, I mean, you could just share the link in the description. You know, you just need to mention like for a couple of seconds.
Right.
Those kinds of things.
So I'm gonna see if he knows of anyone who knows Scooter McGruber. Or maybe if Scooter McGruber has ever gone to this event before, that would be another big one. But usually something like that, it would take someone to know him, rather than just going like, oh yeah, you know, hey, what's up?
But yeah, I think there might be some people because he had a video a couple of months back where he visited UF and he met some friends over in college.
Oh yeah?
He might have some friends still going here.
Right. So we need to figure that out as well.
Remember what Extreme was? Extreme was the teams. Challenge was a tournament phase.
It's an option.
It's very similar, but how does the tournament run? Yeah, challenge is very difficult to understand. Okay, it's very
Hey man, how's the flower looking?
Right? And again, I'm gonna blame this on how.
Let me see. Could I just get a little peek at like what it looks like as of right now? We know it's not a complete product yet. Just kind of the process.
Yeah, I'm.
Style.
You can peek on
And each round, there are up to. Doesn't have to be, but there are up to 10 stages. Alright? And I say that. Each hopscotch is set up.
Look at that. That looks great already.
5, 6, 7,
So
8,
right now-
9, 10, and there's usually like that. Alright, each one of these are squares. Okay? 10 stages correlates to the 10 boxes on each hopscotch grid. Alright? And so what that means is I could be playing Clinton as an example, and this is round 1. Round 1, stage 1, we both toss one beanbag wherever we want, and I toss it for him to jump over, and he tosses the beanbag for me to jump over.
Oh, that's a nice little area.
By having him
pretty
mess
cool.
that,
That
and
is
he's supposed to
nasty,
get me out the same
disgusting.
situation. So it really doesn't start getting intense until around stage 5 or 6.
How do you perfect the triangle?
Alright? And the
This, like this.
turns into a long Alright? So let's just say it's like stage
You gotta rotate it though. There we go. Well, almost. There we go.
Let's say Clint goes and tosses 8 beanbags.
That's too
Alright?
fake.
He goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I'm jumping in there. I can't, no running start. Straight on, ready? I might be able to do this. Alright? I jump here, all the way over to here.
And it's very hard to.
Okay?
Is it possible?
It ends up becoming impossible. I think one person has ever done that. And it was at our first house restaurant, and he was like the Hulk. So, it's ridiculous.
Why can't we have a running start? And then we just
Because
be able to land over there and not fall off after stepping.
I see what you're saying, but that trying to explain that is a lot more than saying no running start. Alright? And there will be that one person that is able to do it every time. Because there are people that are ridiculously athletic or ridiculously talented. Alright? So let's just say Clint tosses it and I mess up because I suck. Alright? Then I have to do the same thing. I'm like, Clint, you suck. Tell me just exactly what to do. And good luck. And he gets it. He then knocks me out and advances to the next round of the tournament. This is 8 stages in round 1, but he goes to the next round. And then it goes up.
I'm just curious, why did you get rid of that line that you had before?
It's too thin. Happens in stage 6.
Too thin?
Really consistent.
It's too thick.
Oh, thick.
Right, being tossed by one of the participants. Alright?
And even on Twitter
So-
too, they're pretty active.
Same thing being said. Usual question. If I toss the beanbag and it lands over
Makes it
here,
consistent.
because they don't play baseball and they're a girl, I'm just joking.
I feel like it has that certain artistic
Outside the box,
feel that, yeah, okay, you're right, it's not consistent. But,
It looks like trash.
okay?
I don't know, I feel like,
And that means that
I feel like it's not good enough.
and you did all the way up until 7, and you missed this one and it lands right over here, I just gotta wait for something. Like, super easy. Like, I just like, I dodged the bullet basically.
so I'm just curious, when you did the whole, the bend, you know what I mean? Why does it continue to keep track of this straight line right there?
That's the fill.
Okay.
That's what's
Single elimination, single elimination.
So you would be able to take the time registered.
I usually so
They had a popular.
at each so again this is where you guys will become like my core. I have these cards. Okay, event cards. They're numbered along with wristbands. Okay, event cards and wristbands all numbered from 1 until let's just say 360. Alright? And each of those numbered cards have a place for people to write their name, what school they're from, their age, whatever. And then it has the rules of the game, and then an area for the time people are going to write down their time. Alright? And this card ends up becoming their ID. So Clint can have a card, he uses whatever, like 50. Alright? I will call Quinte, when I will say 50, I have your card. You know, like, cause that's, it becomes like, that becomes your number at the event. Alright, I'm just saying, it's impersonal, but that's how I keep everything. Alright?
I just want to save those just in case.
Right, just in case if you want to change it up.
Just in case it can't go all the way back. Going back only goes back so far.
Right.
People like, especially some
Dude, that's some cool stuff, bro. I wish I could do that.
or have other startups and they have experience.
What did you do to like learn how to do this?
Other people just come from experience.
Oh. Dude, I just watched mad YouTube tutorial videos on how to use Final Cut. Dude, did you do this for like a high school club or organization or something like that?
Basketball courts where they are. Yeah, basketball courts. This is like, there's like an overhang of it, isn't that? Alright?
I was
What are you doing?
The way that I would have my past house experiments, I'd have
I won't go
one,
until like
two,
in their
3,
Don't
4,
remember.
5,
I think so.
6,
Developer,
7,
other technical,
8,
designer, non-technical.
9,
Okay, then yeah.
10.
I think
Alright?
Trying to pick the best font for what I'm trying to do here.
I kind of lied. I was just gonna say for 20 hopscotch kisses. That's what it was. Alright?
Supervision, grid, like supervision, like if it's like a person from 10, that was good, okay? Like, keep going.
Alright, so this is gonna be 20 actually, because it's been a while. Alright? So 10 hopscotch right here, but then to make it 20.
What are you guys doing over there?
I actually like to have them face each other. Why do I do that? Because it's intense when you're hopscotch and you look up, you make eye contact with the guy you're competing against, and you do everything I do. Alright? So this is 1 to 10 and 20.
I think the best way to market people.
I mean, you're 21 and 11 and 12. Alright?
For relationship and career. That's where all non-profits come in the Center for Leadership and Career.
The way that this works out
And then
is that I give you guys cards, you're all members, right?
share all the events. Like from
The way that I organize who goes to which grid, I can't have 50 people lining up to grid number 1. So I have the singles division of whatever number you get is correlating to which grids you can go to. Now which grid you're supposed to go to, which grid you can't go to. I say that, this event's going to be kind of cool because you have 9 groups, but in a general event, you know, like let's say you have, it doesn't matter. The grid number, the singles digit correlates to the grid numbers you can go to. So I said quick to that, he had 50. Alright, the singles digit is 1.
Maybe we could like
0. Alright, which grid can you go to? Anything that ends in a 0. So you can go to 10, and this is going to be 20.
Oh, I see, but I just like, I was like,
Just realized what I was doing.
interesting place to put her quotations, but just dawned on me what you were doing.
he might be going to the event on Monday.
Are you gonna get rid of the quotations that you have already in place?
Nah, I just wanted to like stand out. I was gonna have some sort of square block around it, and I was gonna do it sort of like that. One square there of that color, and then another one of this of another color, and have that inside that,
Right.
inside there.
Got it.
But I'm already using the purple, and we don't have a second. We're not using a secondary color other than that.
Right.
Alright, do you get that? Shout out number. 79. Which house got you 79 go to?
That's not what we do a lot of those.
Does that make sense? So hopefully it'll even out, okay? And at least we'll save some confusion and struggle. Alright, does that make sense? That's how we scale. Alright? And then again, just basically take this and replicate this. We can probably fit a maximum of like 2 and maybe a half of a hopscotch grid on each grid, on each basketball court. I mean, 2.5 rows, so like 20, alright? And we might have some extra space over here just to leave. But if we start over here, we can get 20, 40, 60, but then we might have another 2 or 3 gaps, plus some side of some space over here. So we can squeeze in 90 hopscotch grids. Okay? But we need to draw more than 90 hopscotch grids. Because if one person messes up for 10 minutes, we have to have what's called a steward. Okay, and a world record steward to be representing Guinness. And if they see it's one Guinness steward per 50 people, what's the number? One person has to manage 50 people. And that means that if they have to get the ideas, you can come on in.
Where does mouse actually work?
Is it locked?
No.
Well, guys.
Yeah, like where the mouse.
Does that make sense? So,
Thanks. Just a general question. When you mean 10 minutes, you're going to be
Like hopscotching, right? Forward and backwards, over and backwards.
Keep going.
I'm gonna say yes. You say. What do you mean by not going?
Someone's hopping on a
Yeah, man, just working on the video here for Entrepreneurship Club. Yeah, man. Had a little bit of a power hookup issue here.
I would say just keep going. Keep it going.
I'll be on the hopscotch team, man.
We are the marketing team.
Rude Jerry.
Yeah.
I'll be on that team. Hey, I'm on the marketing team. What's up?
Woo! Yeah, so what we've been talking about is one, he's working on the flyer.
Okay.
He's coming up with the flyer idea, and then we three were talking about potential potential video ideas on how to go about doing it. We talked about making sure that this video identifies the issue that we're trying to address with this while keeping it interesting and trying to keep it as short as possible, which proves to make an interesting task or interesting challenge to go about doing. What other ways do you think that we could market this event outside of video or flyer?
Maybe like hopscotch boards on campus or something like that.
Hopscotch boards? I mean, yeah. What we could do.
Get some people knowing about it. Chalk them up.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Hopscotch in
Yeah.
Darlington.
That's really good marketing. It's just drawing hopscotch things around.
It's wrong.
Like, you see campus protein, right? It's like crap everywhere. Hello, instead just
We gotta focus on MS too, because that's the main thing. I'm not gonna come out just to break a world record, but if it's for a good cause too.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Gotta do it because it's for a good cause.
You got to make sure that you bring up both, the MS and the fun it is.
Yeah.
Oh, that's such a good idea. Someone should jump off baby towers.
Oh yeah, no problem.
The whole time.
And
He jumped for the cure.
Wait, hold on, and they should make a Tom Petty song about it and call it American Girl.
David? Jump for a cure.
Hey, wait, I got a question. So, what would you be interested in making another video?
100%.
Okay, so what is it possible that maybe after the Entrepreneurship Club next week, just you and I sit down for like 5 minutes? I'll bring my camera stand, and you talk about one, the issue. I think 2, highlighting your dad's story, and 3, the hopscotch and how the hopscotch helps. And like 30, if you can find a way to summarize it in 30 seconds. If not, I mean, it's fine.
Alright, can I get everybody's attention real fast? Alright, I'm gonna write my email on the board. So my email on the board and my number. Can all of you guys write this down and email me what your names are, any contact information,
Or if you have feather, you can go in and click
or if I have feather, you can connect to me on feather. Well, if you
Or
just me
MS.
right now, entertain me.
That was your job. Doing your job for you.
Feather plug.
Oh, I like that. Alright. While I'm writing this, each group, and this is a great idea, each group find like 1 point person per group. One person that is going to be like the leader of the group. Does that make
I like
sense?
Shanti.
Alright.
So you make the girl leader?
Yeah.
Is that how it is?
Emancipation, you know. All about that.
Alright. For those of you guys that can't read my awful handwriting, it's david@mshopscotch.org. Alright?
It's not that bad.
Okay.
Well, when I write in all caps.
And sympathy card.
Yeah.
Giving the teachers hell. I like it.
Oh, it's bad.
Everyone take a
The
picture.
website maybe needs cleaned up a little.
Yes. Is that you?
That's not me.
That's him, yeah.
That's
he does
Connor.
websites too.
Well, Connor does editing. He's a copywriter. He's real good.
Alright. So please email me the
They work right
name
now, bro. Trust me.
and under which category you guys are.
It's a good song.
Yeah.
That's a good song, man.
Saru, this is you.
It's 444.
Keyboard.
Okay. David, I need to go.
Yeah, sounds good. Alright guys, so again, how many people do we need at this event? At least?
360.
Alright, it's official at the time we're going to be breaking the world record. What's the date?
November
17th, 2
Alright.
to 6, the Brown Courts.
Exactly. What we decided to be good to enter in the flyer is the time that we're going to break the world record. The current world record, believe it or not, is 359. Alright? So what time are we going to break the world record?
At 359.
359. Alright, yeah, so basically 359 is where we're going to be getting everybody together to officially break the world record. So, again, the reason we're doing that is we have to break it at one point throughout our whole event. And some people might be coming late and leaving early. So we decided at 3:59 p.m. on November 17th is going to be when we start the hopscotch breaking world whatever record. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you tell your friends, if they can't make it for any other time on Sunday, 3:59, okay? And again, they need to be hopscotching simultaneously, like non-stop. For how long?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. All right, the way that we're doing this, according to Guinness, there can be a maximum of 4 people per hopscotch grid. Okay? 4 people per hopscotch grid. So now with each of the 4 people per hopscotch grid, the way that we're going to have it run, this is like an example of a hopscotch grid. They're going to be starting, and then the 4 people will just cycle through and continually just do that for 10 minutes. Okay? That's the world record. So that's the way that we're going to try to break the world record. That's the goal. November 17th, 3:59 p.m. Go time. Does that make sense to everybody? Another thing, I just want to throw this out there. If anybody knows anybody with a speaker system and might want to DJ or at least just hook something up with a laptop and something that's loud for Broward basketball courts, I think...
Wesley's starting to get into DJing. I don't know if you're interested though.
Do I know Wesley?
The guy I told you about earlier today.
I know an IA
Cool.
kid that's up here that like is a DJ and makes beats.
Then have him, this will be his world premiere as a upcoming DJ in Gainesville. Alright, world premiere for a world record.
You should
Yeah.
reach out.
I think Jerry's
Yeah.
DJ.
I
Can
don't
you-
know personally based on my
I do
town.
now.
Jerry's
He
a
sent you his
producer.
Facebook profile or something
We should
like
throw
that.
Jerry's
Joey
songs in some
Gansberg.
mix here.
Perfect.
Oh, Jerry's
And
gonna
then
be
we're gonna have a
dancing
breakdance
too.
competition. I've had one of those,
Oh.
and I'll beat Jerry in the finals.
Who's Jerry?
I heard Jerry's gonna be dancing after.
Or Jerry's gonna be doing
Let's
all
put
of
that
it.
on the flyer. Put that on the
The
flyer.
entire time right here.
Put Jerry to
We
class.
have a
will be
non-stop
dancing
dance marathon that's gonna be lasting longer than 24 hours, and just Jerry's dancing. I'm joking, kind of.
Once we know the cost, then we can come up with how much we can charge.
Yeah.
I think it's really good.
Oh, so again, the event itself, alright, so $20 at my high school, $15 at UF. For this event, we're not doing t-shirts, we're doing sunglasses, and it's gonna be a minimal donation of $5 to participate. Okay? Does that sound reasonable? Does anybody have any objections
So
to
the
that?
sunglasses are 10?
No, t-shirts are 10.
Oh, okay.
T-shirts are $10, participation is $5.
And everyone gets sunglasses?
Everybody gets sunglasses. My question, we can make this group vote. What I would prefer to do is to have the admission donation be $5. If they want a shirt, it's just another donation of $10 for the shirt. Or if somebody just wants the shirt, should I just, and they want to participate, should I just let them have a $10 shirt and it includes a participation?
No, it's separate. The
Separate.
shirt is $10.
And
You buy,
participation is
you can to participate is $5, and if you'd like a shirt as well, you can pay $10. If you pay $10, you get a shirt, but you can't participate.
Or we can charge them.
Or we can
It's
have,
it's merchandise. It's not a package.
or we have something like $12 or $13 as a
What happens if
collective.
you need people
The
like, fast to
participation
get the
of-
world record broken, but we don't have enough? You let them in for free?
We'll see when time comes.
All right, we're not gonna have that. It's not gonna happen. Come on,
Yeah.
man. I want marketing.
I like it, shameless plug. All right. So does anybody have any questions? Everybody understand what they're doing? Does everybody like this?
Yeah.
Does anybody not like it? That's cool. All
Why
right.
is he looking at me? We can tell pretty
This guy just came for the food.
Hopscotch for food.
All right. So basically, again, just to reiterate, the Entrepreneurship Club was hosting this event, and we feel that something that we can be working on as an organization, as a club on campus, is to be doing things that are actually entrepreneurial and actually trying to do shit. And so we figured that working together as a unit, as a club, based and trying to surround ourselves with a project might be something that we all would be glad to be a part of. Does that make sense? So we're basically helping. This is essentially a business. We are running this nonprofit right now. Okay? This is Hopping for a Cure in this room. So all of you guys are now a part of the Hopping for a Cure team. He's jumping for joy.
On one foot.
On one foot. He's hopping for joy. Hopping for joy. All right?
Yeah, you should be hopping for joy. You should be hopping for MS Cure. That's the only thing you should be hopping for.
Come on, get out, Mark.
Is this a Saturday or
So
Sunday?
many hopscotch jokes.
So the day after
So
the
many
Saturday.
hopscotch.
Okay.
Okay, so what we're gonna do that I just thought of is to have you guys achieve something by next meeting. All right.
Whoops. No. I was telling him I need to go.
I already achieved something. It's okay. My work is done.
So of course we meet every Wednesday. All right, at 6:15,
300
either
followers.
here or at Huff 240. All right. Huff is literally the building
Yeah,
exactly. Like we were walking out of here, you look right. It's
Not
on
the
the right.
building,
It's
it's-
a graduate building. All right. So for sponsorship committee, try to see if you can get. My goal for you guys is, let's just say, like, you can email this to your people if you have their emails.
I don't have any emails.
Try to get. I'll give you guys goals. All right.
Just add me on Facebook.
Try to do like as close to as possible $100 in sponsorships. Is that reasonable?
By Wednesday.
By next Wednesday. As close to that as possible. Even if it's just try to get to $100.
Be 25 cents.
It could be 25 cents, but try to get to $100. That's a goal.
400 people, 25 cents.
All right, you're good.
Give me lunch money.
All right.
Everyone donates $25.
People
No,
now.
I already
That's fine. That's fine. We'll talk. All right.
Yeah.
Cover.
So we'll talk after that. But try $100 is a goal. Eric, $100 is a goal.
$100.
Just add me on Facebook.
Yeah.
Names. Full name.
All right.
My name is Mary
Marketing.
Adams.
I already saw a flyer working. I love it.
They're all already
So
on it.
looks good. At least try to get one done. If that's already done,
It's almost
if that's
done.
too
It's almost
easy, then try to get. Let's just say maybe. How about another flyer? And we'll talk about a video.
Yeah.
Split test them.
We can split test the flyers.
Can you also, as well as kind of having an idea of what you want to say, I noticed you had some B-roll in your other videos that you've created. Could you bring a hard drive or something like that that has that B-roll on it? Because I think it's really good. It'd be very entertaining.
What you're just talking about, my brother's in South Florida has all this stuff on his computer. So I'm gonna have to see if he can email me, like or Dropbox it.
Yeah, I was about to say, I can give you my email and he can just drop. I'm not really familiar with Dropbox, but I imagine if you have my email, you can Dropbox it to me, or he can Dropbox it to
Do
me.
you have a Dropbox?
Yeah.
So we'll
wanna
talk
write
after the
your name
meeting
on
about
here?
Dropbox specifically. And
Okay.
or we'll just connect. We'll email each other and see
Right.
how everything works. I'll give you write down my information and we'll talk more.
Cool.
But yeah, so I'll have him try to send you as much stuff like that as possible.
So I might pull the fire alarm at Beatty. Get like a mad.
Oh, that's so smart.
Pretty good.
No, guerrilla marketing.
Hold the fire alarm. You guys did not hear this at the Entrepreneurship Club.
Alright.
We should do something.
We do not do illegal things here.
Falls over in each building.
Oh, that's
Let's
so
totally
let's do
legal.
a terrorist bombing threat. I'll take it off camera, but anyway.
Complete joke.
No, it's not a joke.
He is not serious.
No, but he's actually serious.
But I'm on to something. I think we got good. We got steam. Let's keep going with this. All right, I'm on camera.
Alright, that was a good.
Yo, a guy
great idea,
got his computer confiscated because he said online that he loved hacking. He was a programmer. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
Alright,
By who?
so event people.
It was trending on Reddit.
Alright, event people. Try to get individually. Alright, and again, individually, we have 3 of you guys. Try to recruit up like as close to 10 people as volunteers as possible. With that being said, the thing with me and volunteers, again, we can make this up to a group vote. I've always had my volunteers donate at least what I've been having other people donate. So when they talk to other people about coming and they say, oh, that price is ridiculous, they say, well, I did it, I'm volunteering. And then they look like assholes for not thinking it's too much. Alright? So.
Oh yeah, and tell them we'll give them volunteer hours. I'll sign.
Oh, yeah, and we also we can give out volunteer hours. But
This
try
guy with the big idea.
again. I was explaining to you guys about how we run our events. We're gonna need a lot of volunteers. All right. So if we get 30 volunteers right there, that'd be great. If you guys can get more than 10.
I'll try and get some people.
Experts need them.
Yeah, and that goes. Yeah, so that goes for everybody. We need volunteers. The way that we have our events is like 1 person per hopscotch grid. They don't need to be volunteering for the world record, but for the hopscotch tournament, we would prefer them to volunteer. But they don't have to volunteer. Like they can participate in the world record and still volunteer. The world record, we don't need volunteers.
You just go.
Yeah. So again, so you guys know, the world record is self-sufficient. We need at least 8 people. We need 1 person as a steward per 50 people. So let's just say we get 400 people. We need around 8 people as stewards, if my math is right. It might be rough. I don't care. I didn't do that well.
Is that like a ref?
The steward is representing Guinness, and they have to be a very trusted person that will be able to put their business card, email, like another social security number, but essentially like basically that much. All right, like they have to be like very trustworthy in order to say, and they have to write up some stuff on Guinness and say like as an essay saying what they saw and if they had to disqualify people and why. And so 1 person per 50 people, that if somebody stops, if somebody messes up, they have to disqualify them. All right? And so we have to have that, we have to have 2 independent volunteers. So, and those have to be like different people. I'm trying to work on that myself. That's my goal. But, so for you guys, just try to recruit as many volunteers as possible. If you guys want, I'll create like a Google Doc, and just like a Google Doc volunteer sign up. If that works. But yeah, does that make sense, everybody? It's 8 o'clock. Gotta go. I'll dismiss everybody. If you guys have any questions or concerns, my number, my email, please email me your name and the category. And if you guys have hot dates, have fun tonight. And talk about hot dates. The main squeeze tonight, the jam. It's gonna be awesome. It's a great band out of Chicago. Alright, so that's all I have to say. Thank you guys very much. Please work on this outside of tech. Again, this is an entrepreneurship club. I don't know if the slow clap, but it's okay.
I really did. Really
Alright guys, so thank you guys.
Back to back.
Alright, have a good one.
Alright, thanks guys.